What's up, everyone? My name is Mikey.
My name is Carissa.
And you've just stumbled upon my boardroom. Welcome in. Today we are doing a collection update for August and just a general channel update. So we're going to talk about games we played this past month, games we backed this past month, games we late backed, games we purchased retail, and then finally what we would like to see from September. Okay? We're going to get insightful, and we might cry.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great. I could see you cry. You didn't even cry at our wedding. You didn't cry. Did you cry when our children were born?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
When Riley was born, and...
You were too busy passing out with
and when Miley was born, I did.
Okay.
When Riley was born, it was such a relief.
We were so tired.
Yeah, because we'd been in the hospital for 3 days before you gave birth, and we were so tired, and when it happened, it was just like, yes.
Yeah.
So it was a mix of emotions and also like exhaustion. When Miley was born, it was pure emotion.
Yeah. And
then when Owen was born, I almost passed out for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know it. I don't know why.
So
the third kid, I watched all of them be born. Like I watched it happen, where where the part where it slithers out, and on all of them. But for some reason, it really got to me on the third one.
It's so funny.
Anyway, that was just it was weird because it was right at the start of COVID, so I wasn't allowed in the hospital until she was in labor. So I was in the car for like over an hour. And it was just weird. Like, I just was, like, falling asleep in the car. I remember, like, taking a nap and, like, half napping, just waiting. And then I, like, looked at my phone and saw, like, it's happening. I was like, oh. So then I got up and went in. It was just chaos. And you were screaming because they didn't even have time to give you the epidural before he crawled his way out. So, yeah, it was a very weird, like 10 minutes from the point where I saw the text, walked in just in time to see it happen and be like... I don't know. Anyways, we're getting way off topic now. So first, let's talk about board game timestamps below. First, let's talk about the games that we played this past month. Mm-hmm. First up, game we played, New York Zoo. Mm-hmm. Uwe Rosenberg, more on the light side. You are building out your zoo. You have a grid that you're trying to fill out completely, and the first player to fill it out completely wins the game. You have all these enclosures that are different sizes, and you want to lay those out, and then inevitably you're going to have missing chunks, and so...
Yeah, you are.
My goodness. Inevitably you're going to have missing, like, areas where the enclosures don't fit, and so what you do is you have animals that you can also put in your zoo, and you can breed the animals, and once you fill up an enclosure, you get a special enclosure that you can pick from, and they're all like the different sizes that you're going to need. Some of them are big blocks or down to like one. So I personally am really liking this game.
I really like it.
It's really fun.
It was so much better than Ark Nova.
Yeah, it's like the Ark Nova that I wanted.
Yeah.
No, it's different than Ark Nova a lot. Just theme kind of is shared, and then like the placing tiles on your board, but it is different. But I really am liking this one. But Uwe Rosenberg is it's not a surprise that we like that one. All right, the next one that we've been playing, or that we played this month, is Great Western Trail. We've been playing this one for the past like 2 months.
Yep.
We both really like Maracaibo, so we got this one. We're gonna put out a review and possibly gameplay of it as well. Probably gameplay. Yep. I like it. I don't love it. Like, this is really highly regarded, and I like Maracaibo better. Yes. Maybe my viewpoint is skewed because I played Maracaibo first, because we played it first, and I think that is...
Why would that have anything to do with it?
Because it's the same designer, and there's this, like, that's his second game, so I feel like he took a lot of what worked here and kind of built upon it, and I feel like that's a better game. I know a lot of people, or I know people that agree and think that's a better game, so maybe my viewpoint is skewed, but I still like this game. Like, I still enjoy it. But we'll do.
Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely Maracaibo was better.
It hits a lot of the same elements, but it's also different. All right, next one we've been playing this past month was Boa. Only played it once this past month, and then once in
Are you sure it wasn't both in?
No, it was like right at the end of the month.
Okay, that's probably why.
So once this past month and once in July, but Vitalis Serta and Tool. Really fun game.
I like it. Heavy,
lots of rules, but it just flows so well. It's not as hard as you'd think from looking at the rule book. But we're going to put out a more video content on that one for sure.
More playthroughs.
The next one, I don't have the box because we shipped it out, but the next one that we played was Magical Friends and How to Summon Them. Mm-hmm. That's a Kickstarter that's going to be going live on the 6th of September, which I believe is going to be in a few days after this goes live. That's a game where you are playing as wizards, and it's a racing game. You're summoning different creatures that have all these different abilities. You summon them to your house, and you have to make them down 4 different branching paths to the tavern. Mm-hmm. And once they get to the tavern, they're out of the game, and you score for them.
Mm-hmm. Slaying each other along the way.
Exactly. The abilities help you take out the other person's monster. They help you do all crazy, different, ridiculous things. So we'll have a review for that we'll put out on the day of the Kickstarter launching. So check that out. Long story short, it's a fun game. Next one that we played is Hall of the Mountain King. We only played this once so far.
That game.
Just kind of getting sort of working out the kinks and what we didn't understand rule book, and me teaching her how to play it. So really want to dive back into it. I really liked what I saw, the little inkling of kind of what I saw when we played it the first time. When we first play games, it's usually me teaching her, and then we sort of just kind of work together, kind of work out the kinks where questions arise and all that. I read the rule books. On more complicated games, I'll actually play it first, but for games like this where it's sort of medium weight, I'll usually just kind of go into it with you. So our first play is sort of just learning. Okay, next one, Mythic Mischief. This is a 1 vs. 1. There is team modes, but we play 1 vs. 1 where you're in a school. It's sort of like an abstract game.
You play team mode? Why didn't we do that?
Like 2 vs. 2, or that type of team mode, yeah. But you're in a school playing different, there's asymmetric factions, all different classes or different cliques in a school. So the vampires are a clique, and the monsters are a clique, and the werewolves, the witches and the ghosts and stuff like that. And you're trying to go around the board, collect tomes, and there's a figure that moves around the board, and you don't want to get caught, and you use your abilities to try and get the other people caught by shifting bookshelves and moving them around, stuff like that. So we played it once. Or twice. We'll cover it more. I didn't really like it as much as I thought I was going to be honest. It was kind of a letdown this first time.
It was alright.
But I'm interested to dive into it and see.
Yeah, I want to play it 1 or 2 more times.
Yeah, I want to play it a few more times for sure.
Yeah.
All right, the last one that we played this month. There is other ones I think that we played. We play. Yeah. Anyways. The last main one that we played this month is.
Didn't we play Summoner Wars?
Oh yeah, we did play Summoner Wars too. You're right. So yeah, like I said, I didn't get all of them.
Random ones.
No, Summoner Wars was last month, I think. I don't think that was in August. I think that was in July. Because I looked through my phone, and I definitely forget to log some.
Yeah.
But more the smaller ones I forget to log.
Yeah.
Anyways, Wingspan. We just played this last night. Mm-hmm. Played with my parents. Definitely a lighter game.
Yeah.
Fringes on the boring side towards the end. But it's still a solid game. It's enjoyable. When you hit all those actions down the line. That does feel good.
It's not my favorite, but there's merit to it.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Exactly. The biggest merit of Wingspan for me is that I can play it with people that don't play board games usually, and so it's a good one.
But I still feel like it's a little bit too long.
Especially at 4 players.
Yeah.
Way too long.
Way
too long at 4 players. But this is a good one to be play this pretty looking game.
Yeah.
Don't look.
But think about how much you had to explain it and just.
But it's not so hard to explain.
I know, but you had to explain it.
But think about.
I would hate to have to explain
that. The difference between explaining Wingspan or Great Western Trail. There's a huge difference.
I feel like Great Western Trail is easier to explain than Wingspan.
There's just more going on in Great Western Trail.
No, but
you have the train, you have the cow car, the cattle cars, you have the locations, you have all the locations.
But it all makes sense. For somebody, that makes sense.
That's coming from somebody who plays more complicated board games like Lisboa.
Okay, fine. We're gonna play Great Western Trail with your parents next time.
Oh gosh, no, I don't want to. I don't want to try that. Okay, fine, but we have to. We'll report back. So those are all the main games that we played this month. So not bad. Not bad, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty good.
Not bad. All right.
Especially because I wanted a break and you gave me a week off.
Yeah, and we got COVID this month. we had COVID at the beginning of this month, so I wanted to play Hexplore 2.
And we started school.
You started school with the kids, you homeschooling. I wanted to play Hexplore 2 really bad. I didn't get to that. I think that's the only one I actually didn't play that was on my list to play this month.
When did we play that other game? What's it called? I think it's by these people? No. It's with those cards. Inish. When did we play Inish?
You're right, we played Inish this month too.
That was this month?
Yeah, we played it last month and we played it this month.
Okay.
I like Inish. I love Inish. It's such a good game.
It's borderline for me.
I know. I can see that. It is not your type of game at all. Yeah. But yet it's designed and implemented so well that you like it. There are fun,
I don't hate it.
Like there are fun elements even if you don't like that style.
And I feel like I can be good at that. Usually I'm terrible at those type of games.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like I held my own.
What I love about it is the whole drafting system where it's like we're sending the cards back and forth like that, and combined with the puzzle of trying to like get the pieces and like in the right places. Like it's like I feel like that is heavily underrated at 2 players. Heavily. Yeah. We should play that with my parents. That is a great game. Okay, let's put these to the side.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay, so now let's talk about Kickstarters that we backed. First one, boom. Return to Dark Tower. I went for it.
What is it? I don't know why you're talking
It's a cooperative game. Because I was on the fence about this one. I was on the fence for one huge reason which I'll cover. But this is a cooperative game where you and I are working together, sort of like Pandemic. Okay. Where like basically it's us against the tower. Okay. And the tower reigns supreme or whatever. Okay. And the way it works is you drop these skulls in the top and you do things. You're going around this map here as a hero. You have like hero and abilities, and you're getting rid of monsters and getting rid of skulls. Okay. And the tower between turns like does things, and you don't know what it's doing, but it'll like you'll hear it shifting, and every once in a while it'll spit out skulls, and that adds to this like.
Wait, is it like battery powered?
Yeah, it's battery powered. So like you're fighting against the tower, and the tower does stuff. So the biggest reason I was not gonna back this game is that you have to have an app. Okay. And in general, I highly dislike apps in board games. For no apparent reason, or for no like real reason. It's just like personally, like I don't know why, but for some reason I don't like it. And one of my big reasons that I'm afraid of is the DLC that's inevitably going to be implemented into board games. I am not looking forward to that. But
so wait, do you have to have internet for the app to work? Because I can see that would be annoying.
I don't know. You have to have internet to download it for sure. I don't think you need internet to play it.
But in order to play the game,
I don't think so. I could be wrong with that though. I could be wrong, which would be annoying. We're not really in situations where we have internet, but yes, I do see that. I do see that argument. But yeah, so Return to Dark Tower. So it's just
another way for the man to require.
So yeah, see, look here. On the grid. You put skulls in, they pop exactly. They pop out. I know you're tracking me.
That's gross though. I don't like the way it looks.
The artwork, it's all sort of dark. It's based off. I believe it's based off Stephen King's
that makes
books.
Sense.
But this was an old game that came out in the 80s, early 80s, called. I don't know if it was. I think it was just the Dark Tower, or something like that. Okay. And so this company called Restoration Games takes old games and restores them. So this is Return to Dark Tower.
That's kind of cute.
But I remember, you know, what I realized after looking at this campaign, I had heard about this game and I never really looked into it. Oh, sorry, I just zoomed in. I remember that I went over to this person's house with my mom when she was on like the dance team with my church, and the kid had this game. And we played Dark Tower, and I remember my mind was blown because I was like, I didn't like as a kid, I didn't understand, and he was like, the tower is our enemy, and the tower is gonna get us, and like made these noises and did all these things, and I just remember being like I can't remember.
How old was he versus how old you were?
I think he was slightly older than me. Okay. But I mean, obviously, it wasn't his game because he was like, I mean, this came out in the early 80s, the original, and he wasn't born yet. So it was like his dad's or his older brothers or something. But I remember just being completely blown away and a little bit like terrified about the game. Because as a kid, I was like, holy crap. Like, and like even more so for people who played in the 80s when like, because like in the 90s, this would have been like mid to late 90s, like 97 probably. Yeah. Like this, like by that point, this wasn't so crazy like that would blow your mind. I mean, in the early 80s. Yeah. Like to play like that. Yeah. Blew people's minds apparently. Anyways, so that's the first one. I'm really excited. I really am hoping that you're gonna like it. I think it has a lot of elements in a game that you tend to like, and where we're working together.
I'm drawn towards it.
So I'm really excited for that one. I went for it. Okay, the second one I backed as another one that I'm hoping you'll like.
Good. I want to hear that with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm being much more selective now. I'm trying to pick ones.
How do I know this name?
So this is Dead Reckoning. I don't know that name. I don't know. Okay. This is a pirate themed game.
Ooh, where you play as pirates. Me already.
You play as pirates and you sail around and you go to islands. And the cool thing about this is it's card crafting. So you've got these like transparent.
You guys make your own cards.
Exactly. So you've got these like transparent sleeves where you have a crew member with an ability, and then as you sail around these islands and get new, you can kind of see it here. This like tan strip is actually on a big card like this big. Okay. and you take that card and you slip it into the sleeve, and it adds another ability for your pirate, and so your crew. And so this is, I say pirate, but this is more like you, like at certain times you put your pirate flag up and you sail as a pirate, and then you take it down. You're just like a trader ship.
Yeah.
So this it's cool. Very it's more complex. It's a little bit long. It says 2 hours, which at 2 players, once we start playing, I feel like we'll get under that. But yeah, it's got a lot going on. Like there's this ship cube tower where you take the cubes when you battle and you put them in the ship. And depending on where they land in this little tray, different things happen.
That's cool.
So like, I know you like pirates. I think we're really gonna like this one.
Okay. I
got just the base game because the expansions are so expensive. But what the expansions add are things that develop as you play more. Okay. So they're really geared more towards like a play group that will play this once a week, where it's like I might suddenly find a treasure map through playing, and then next week when we're playing, you might suddenly find something that pertains to that, and then we're going to try to kill each other to take that item so that we can go get the treasure and whatnot. And so stuff like that adds little story elements. I may pick up the newest expansion that they ran this Kickstarter for, because it does add some gameplay elements that are in the base game. And I feel like that's a way where we can kind of see if we like it, if we're playing it enough. And if we are, there's always going to be another time to get the expansion. So there's no rush. So I'm excited about that one. I think we're both going to really like those two. The third one, I think you'll like, but I could be wrong. The third one is actually a late pledge. And or not a late pledge, but it's actually, I'll just say it, it's Anachrony. So I bought this. This is a game from 2017. And there's a game called Voidfall made by the same company, and in that pledge manager you can buy this game. And so I bought Anachrony along with like the big box expansion for it. This is a worker placement game with dice rolling, and it's got like time travel elements where you can do things like in the past and in the future, and you don't want to cause paradoxes and stuff like that. So it's extremely complex. Oops, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. No, I don't want to watch that video. Nothing against you. What is happening? Okay. What is happening?
Are you using 2 fingers?
Okay, it's very complex, but I don't think it's anything that's gonna be a problem for us.
Okay.
But
you're saying for me.
Yeah, I mean, I know it won't be a problem for us, is what I mean.
Okay.
It's heavy, but it's well regarded as a lot of people's like top tier game is what I'm trying to say. So I'm really excited to get that one. I do like Voidfall, and I'm hoping to pledge for that before the thing closes for that, but I might not get to it with other games. So those are all the things we backed for August. So that's not a bad month now. We've been trying to slim down a bit.
Inflation.
And all that.
Have you noticed a difference in like Kickstarter prices?
And I've noticed that.
I know shipping's gone up. That's like common knowledge for
shipping's gone up. I've just noticed that there's less $500 games with 4 boxes full of miniatures, like the games that come in ginormous boxes, and a lot more kind of like cheaper, smaller games. And the big thing I've noticed is a lot of print and plays, where it's like they send you the files, you can print them, and they're usually rolling rights where you just mark the stuff off. Okay. So those are the 3 big things we backed. I think that's a good month for you. I think you're gonna like those games.
Yeah. That last one, I didn't really feel which way about it.
The last one you're not gonna realize you like until it's out in front of you, but I can tell. I think you're gonna like it.
The other 2 looked really good though, and the pirate one looked pretty ballin'. Yeah.
There's another pirate game on Kickstarter right now that I'm tempted to back, but it also uses an app. So I'm like, do I really want to go that hard right at the start? Okay. All right. So now let's talk about Kickstarters that delivered. We actually have 3 Kickstarters that delivered this month. That's pretty good. First one is going to be...
Remind me of Hogue.
Pretty good, y'all. Where are they at? Oh, I put them over there. Grab that top one for me.
This one?
Yep. First one is Mythic Mischief. Boom. I'm not sold on this one yet, to be honest. I need to. I want to play it a little bit more. And first impressions is I'm let down. To be straight up.
Was this an expensive back?
I mean, it's Kickstarter, so everything's expensive. But I think it was $80.
Jeez,
so, for what it is. Down. But like, this is $80. Okay, and so this is why this is a side rant. This is why Kickstarter is annoying, because it was $80 and it comes with 2 game boards in case you want to run like 2 games or like whatever. I'm like, everything is deluxe about Kickstarter. So that's why it's nice, because you're getting nicer components, but you're paying for those components. Yeah. So like in this case. all the factions we got in this big box, but the retail version, if we buy it from their site, it's gonna be a smaller box, and the ghosts and I think the trolls. I can't remember, but there's a few of the factions that are separate expansions.
And how much is it if you buy it retail?
I think the base is $40 roughly. I don't know exactly, but like around 40 for like 3 or 4 faction or something like that. Probably 4.
Okay.
I don't know. I was really looking forward to the puzzle. I like games that make you kind of like plan ahead and think, obviously. But this one didn't quite hit for me right off the start. Yeah. So I need to dive into it more. Play it more though. But
yeah.
First impressions.
I agree. First impressions. Like,
come on, bro. Come on. All right, next one. This one right here. I'm really excited to play this one. Oh, this should have been on... Oh, never mind. Mechanical Beast. Or I should say deep into and back out of the belly of a huge mechanical beast. So this is a tile laying game where the theme is you're basically venturing into this beast, like your little person. You're venturing inside the beast, trying to find the control room where you can shut off the controls. And then once you do that, the beast starts to collapse and you have to escape before he collapses. So how that actually works is you're placing these tiles. I don't know if that'll show up, but you're placing tiles and you're moving your meeple around exploring, and there are gears in the tiles. And the way the gear, like when you enter the room, sometimes there are locked doors. You draw a random tile. You can't go back the way you came. And so sometimes you'll need to be shifting the map. So what happens is there are gears in different rooms, and some gears certain gears will take everything like connected to that gear. Every single tile touching that gear tile will like rotate this way where all the other ones stay static. And so then it changes the entire map. Some gears slide like the one row. Some gears twist just certain things. So the gears change the map as you're trying to venture around the beast, trying to find the control room. And then once you do that, you have to exit the control room the same way. And as you move, every time you move out of a tile, that tile gets removed from the game. It collapses. So you have to get out before it all collapses, and you have to maneuver the map around so that you have that exit and not get stuck in a spot where you have no way to move. So I'm really excited to play this one.
Sounds like a lot.
This one won. It won like I don't remember what year. I think 2019. Solo print and play of the year. It was just a print and play. Game? It's 1 to 4. And it won like the solo print and play where it was just a print and play until this Kickstarter. So really excited to play it. It sounds super fun. It sounds a little bit hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah, that's what I was when you were explaining. I was like,
I think once you get it and fully get it, we haven't played it yet. I just read through the rules, but I think once you get it, it's going to be really, really fun. Like maneuvering that and manipulating that. Okay, the last one, I shouldn't have put it away. Last one that got delivered. We just filmed it. We just filmed an unboxing for it. Let me try that again. We just filmed an unboxing for it. This is Explore 4. So the Domain of Mers Noctis. This is like an RPG game where you are playing as heroes. You select your class and you select your race. The class you pick gives you different abilities. The race you select gives you different bonuses. You have dry erase boards where you mark all your stuff that you get. You have to go around the map. There's encounters, dungeons, quests. You're trying to level up your heroes so that you can travel to the Domain of Mers Noctis and take him down. So sort of your standard RPG board game. The Explore system is pretty well rated. It's a bit complicated to dive into, but once you dive into it, it's generally well thought of. And I can see why. Because I haven't played them, but I read through the rulebook of the second one, and looking through the boxes of both of these, it just looks really well done. Do you have anything to say to that as you stare off into space?
I wasn't staring off into space. I was trying really hard to keep my eyes on the board games or on your face. But I don't have a whole lot to add. Sorry.
Well, what do you think?
But I listened to
What do you think of the Mechanical Beast?
It was hard to wrap my head around.
But don't you love when I heard that theme? I was like, man, I want that game. That sounds cool. Going into the beast, shutting it down, escaping before it collapses.
I don't really have a whole lot of testosterone, so.
Maybe
if you were going into Rescue a Princess.
It's almost crazy how much I am loaded up on testosterone. All right, let's talk about retail purchases. This is a big one because it's got our Nerds Day, and it's also got my holds released from Game Nerds.
Oh my gosh, there's more.
I knew you were bored.
I'm not. It's just hot. It's like 90 degrees out here.
First retail purchase, actually. First retail purchase is Catan. Have you ever played Catan?
When I was young, I don't really remember.
I played Catan a few times. I played it before I was into board games. I was way into video games for a lot of years. A lot of years. I'm not proud to say, and I'm glad that I finally broke out of it.
Now you're just obsessed with board games.
Less so, though.
Board games are more expensive.
It's true. Less so, though. Not the way I was buying video games.
That's true. That's true. But you at least sold your video games back. Yeah. So there was like a benefit to that.
Well, towards the end, towards the end of my video game obsession, I started just like fixating on. It was sort of like the beginning of my video game obsession when I would fixate on one game. I would get obsessed with one single game. That's how I used to be. And then anyways, Catan. We actually bought this to possibly play with some friends, and it didn't happen. And I was going to return it, and I never did. And
he forgot.
The window is closed on that. So I'm looking forward to playing this one with my parents. And I am looking forward to playing this with those same friends if it ever comes to it. Because I have fond memories.
Do you think they can play it? Like you think it's easy? No, our friends.
I don't know. I haven't played board games with them yet.
Okay.
I would need to play like Wingspan or something with them first. Or we could try Catan right out the gate. Okay. But it's not super complicated. I have fond memories of Catan. And I never owned it. I haven't played it much, so I'm not sick of it yet, like most people. So Catan. All right, next one is another one I'm excited about. Really excited about. Atlantis Rising. So this is where you're trying to save Atlantis, and you and I are working together.
Okay, I like it already.
You and I are working together to save Atlantis.
Okay, so that's a pretty cool theme.
This is super highly rated. It's 1 to 7 also, and it plays well at all player counts is what I've heard. So I'm really really excited. This was a Nerds Day purchase, and when I saw it on sale, I was like, this was one that was in my head. Like, if Atlantis Rising goes on sale today, I'm buying it. It was, I think, the first one. I don't know if it was the first, but it was one of the early ones. So I like the theme. Really stoked for Atlantis Rising. I think you and I are really gonna like this game. Next one. Okay, so this is one that I should have jogged my memory on what this game is.
Yeah.
Praga Kvit Regni.
Is that like a Viking or something?
No, I think it's. I'm gonna show my ignorance. I was gonna say Italian.
Greek? Does that sound like Greek? I don't know.
Okay. It's 1347, and Charles IV has been crowned King of Bohemia and the ruler of the Holy Roman Empire from his castle in Prague. Yeah. Oh, Prague. Yeah, of course. So this is like a Euro game.
Okay.
It's got like a rondelle system with a spinning wheel. It's got a lot of different elements. I forget exactly what. All of these games, I looked and was like, there were multiple things. Where it was like, this is a game that you and I.
Well, we like Euro.
Like. Exactly, that was a big one. And so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to play this one. Praga Kaput Regni. All right, next is 5 Tribes, the Jinns of Nakala. So sort of like a Aladdin looking thing. So this is a very like crunchy, heavy decision.
What does crunchy mean in the board game world? I know what crunchy means in Mom World.
In what?
Mom World.
What's that mean in Mom World?
It means like you like things kind of hippie. Like hippie-ish.
Really?
Yeah, crunchy means like
I'm definitely crunchy then. Yeah, okay, I'm crunchy for sure. In board games too. I like crunchy board games. I don't like the term crunchy. It's sort of like I don't know, it's like but it just means a game that makes you think, and you have to like analyze your turns and kind of think ahead. It's like it's crunchy. There's the decisions I would say Arboretum is a crunchy game, like a small deck game but very crunchy.
Okay.
Lots of decisions. So again, I think this is something that you and I could really like. And I'm just realizing like those towers totally look like penises.
Maybe circumcised ones.
Where are they at? Yeah, you can't really see them, I guess. But
did Disney do the artwork?
Yeah, exactly. Little Mermaid. Come on. So yeah, excited for this one. This is another one that's super highly rated. It's Bruno Cathala, who's like a well-known designer.
You don't talk about Bruno.
Oh, sorry. Next one is...
Oh my gosh, there's more. How much did you buy
Red Cathedral.
How much did you spend?
Red Cathedral.
Okay.
So this is this one was like $20, I think. This one has been on my list for a while. I've like almost bought it multiple times. It's another like Euro game, and you're trying to build up the Red Cathedral. So highly rated. I think we're gonna like it.
What's that?
Small box. I just said trying to build up the Red Cathedral.
But like how?
Sorry, I'm just realizing there's no English on the back of this. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. It's like Ivan the Terrible. He ordered the construction of the cathedral. Okay. The you've heard about the Red Cathedral, right? It's like a famous building.
I've heard the words. I don't know much about it.
But there's like tiles. There's
usually tiles in board games.
There's dice. It uses dice. It uses dice and stuff like that. So I don't know.
I'll find out what it's like.
That one's been on my list for a while. All right, and the next one is.
Oh my goodness!
There's only 3 more. The next one is The Quacks of Quedlinburg. So this is a push your luck style game where you are I'll just read it to you. Welcome to Quedlinburg, where the best miracle doctors and quack surgeons from all across the land gather to brew their concoctions to cure everything from smelly feet to homesickness.
So it sounds like a game for crunchy mamas.
Exactly. So you're basically pushing your luck, trying to brew these potions, and if you go too far, then it explodes in your face. I believe is what it is.
Like when you make ether.
Yes, exactly. But this is another one that's sort of like a extremely highly rated, top tier game that people love that we hadn't played. So when it went on sale, it's been on my list for a while. When it went on sale, I went for it.
Alrighty then.
All right, 2 more. Speaking of Uwe Rosenberg, boom, Glass Road.
I can't see it because this game's here. Thank you.
So you play as glassblowers.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
It leads you into the Bavarian forest of the 18th century, and there's production wheels, and you have to basically use glass and bricks and manage resources to make your stuff happen.
Okay.
So
interesting, man. Some of like the ideas.
I know, right?
Games,
exactly.
I'm like, who thinks of this?
Exactly. I'm gonna make a game about glassblowers in the 18th century.
It's so funny.
But this is one Uwe Rosenberg, highly rated, and yeah.
I feel like they all like brainstorm different themes, and then they make a big spinning wheel.
Exactly. They all have, all the designers have these mechanics without a theme, and then they spin a big wheel. It's like glassblowers. The 18th century.
Exactly. That's what it seems like.
All right, this is the last one. This is one that I don't think you're going to initially be excited about, but I think you will like it at the end of the day. G.I. Joe, the deck building game.
That actually sounds pretty baller.
Theme-wise, like, I like G.I. Joe. I liked G.I. Joe back in the day. Not when it aired, I don't think. I can't remember when it aired, but I think it was...
I don't know.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. I watched G.I. Joe on TV as a kid. I liked it a little bit. As I got older, I watched it a little bit more and liked it more. We tend to like deck building.
You watched it last month and you loved it.
Exactly. I'm talking as a kid. We tend to like deck building games, and this is like, people say this is a very good deck building game. The rulebook's supposed to be terrible, which you don't have to worry about. But at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a super fun deck building game. So I'm excited to play this one with you too, because
that one actually makes me excited.
Cool. All of these are like, which one of all of these, all 7 of these, which one are you least excited about? Let me guess. You're least excited about Red Cathedral.
Well, you didn't tell me like anything about it, so yeah.
So I was right. Secondly, you're least excited about 5 Tribes.
No.
Which one are you secondly least excited about?
I don't know.
Just Red Cathedral.
I don't know anything about it, so yeah.
Okay, well, I'll leave it like that.
I like playing board games with you.
Yeah.
I'm excited about all
of them.
Like I said, none of these are like
equal. You know exactly. Let me say, you were in my mind when I bought all of these.
I should be in your mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Just when I bought all these. Right before, right after. So those are all the games we bought. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video is games that I'm hoping to play in September. Things that I want to play in September. So the first one is Mechanical Beast. Obviously, I want to get this played. This is I thought I was gonna get this played already, but it's not gonna happen until September. That's okay. The next one I want to get played is Beyond the Sun. We bought that on Nerds Day. No, not on Nerds Day. We bought this on Prime Day, and it's like a tech tree game. I'm really curious to see what you think about it. because it's.
I'm getting cryo vibes. Just
no,
by
not
looking at it.
It's
no,
not like
okay, this
yeah,
looks
it's
like it, doesn't
it's
it?
sci-fi, but
Okay.
it's
I
very.
the way it's like laid
it's
out.
very sort of like like you're just kind of like working along a tech tree. So I'm not sure.
So very boring and checking things off,
boring
just like cryo.
Boring is a good way to say it. And the next game that I really want to play. The next game in September I really want to play is one that we have played before a few times, Paladins. Mm-hmm. I want to play that again because we played it 3 times, I think.
That was like right at the start of our board game.
Yeah, 3 times. Right? Yeah, 3 times we played it, and then didn't really play it again. Moved on, and I remember liking it, but we never fully grasped.
It was a lot for me, like just jumping into board games.
We never. I feel like we never fully were on a roll with it. So
we can understand it.
I want to play it more. Yeah, exactly. Next one I really want to play this month is Brass Birmingham. This is one of my favorites. I would love to do a review on the channel and even a playthrough. So it's been probably. It might even have been a year since we played this game. So that's another reason I want to play it. But I want to do some content for it because it's one of my favorite games of all time. I really like it, and I want to kind of dive into some of the games that we own, that we've played, that we haven't maybe fully explored, like Paladins, Brass. Maybe we fully explored it, but that's a great game. I want to play it. And then the last game that I really want to play in September is the next Vitalis Serta game, is The Gallerist. I really want to play that. That's the one where you're playing as like an art, you're running an art, like
an art dealer.
An art dealer, exactly. So you get the artist and you put on a show and you try to get this sold. A museum curator. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. You're doing all the aspects of it. So like in Lisboa, you have all those different things going on. Gallerist is supposed to be, or Gallerist is sort of similar. You have a lot of different decisions and things going on to get the art, to make the best art of all the art. So that's our August update. I feel like that dragged on.
Yeah, you definitely did.
If you're still here, thank you for watching. Check out our other videos. We do a lot of playthroughs and discussion videos and reviews mainly. Let us know what you think of this video. Let us know what you think of any of the games we talked about. And other than that, just go out there, show kindness, spend less money on board games, and more money.
Yeah, look who's talking.